After speaking with so many people, listening to their journey, all the problems, financial issues, all the crises they have faced in their life relating to finances in my financial consultation, I have jotted down a few points which are the common mistakes which I find in many. So I'll tell you those so that you don't do those mistakes. One, age is just a number. So they feel that if I am young, I can take whatever risk I want because I can rebuild everything. And if somebody is old, that person has to put all the money in FDs, safe instruments, because that person can't rebuild everything. But that's not the truth. Let's say the person is 70 years, 80 years, he has 7 crores, 10 crores with him, and he just needs 50,000, 1 lakh per month. He doesn't have much goals. So he has that risk appetite. It's reverse. If I am young and let's say I have a goal in 1 year, there is a goal of child education, there is some goal of retirement in few years, there is a goal of marriage in few years, then from where will you get the money? So I would say the money which you need for next 3 years, don't put that money in stocks. Because in stocks, you have to, in equities, you have to let your money grow freely. You can't withdraw anytime. So that depends on your goals. If you are, bucketing your investments, your SIPs into goals. So this SIP is for my retirement. This SIP is for child education. So when you do it goal-based savings and investing, it is easier for you also to save. Second, people feel that investing means stock picking. Stock pick karne aana chahiye. So that is not the truth. You have to understand the foundations of anything you are doing. Same thing, a doctor doing a surgery is not gambling. I am doing a surgery, that's a gambling. So when you are investing, it's not necessary only stock picking. You have to understand the entire foundations of it. So whatever asset class you're going into, real estate or anything, understand the whole foundation of it, learn it, and then put your money. The third point, mixing investment policies with insurance policies. So, we get a lot of calls from bankers and a lot of people, agents who say that, this is the XYZ policy, you invest in this policy. So these are basically endowment plans. This much premium will get deducted. And at the end, you will get the sum assured also. So if the death doesn't happen in all these years, at the end, it doesn't get waste. At the end, you will get the sum assured. But that sum assured amount is very less. Hardly 5-6% returns you get because what you did, the purpose was what? The purpose was insurance. What is insurance? Risk cover. That I am paying 5,000 and in case something happens, so I am paying this to cover the risk. If in case something happens, in case death happens, whatever happens, so my family will get X amount of money, right? But when we are mixing it with investment, so na insurance ho pata hai, investment ho pata hai. So whatever money you have to put it in insurance, buy a term plan. In term plan, I have paid 10,000. I will get a very good premium. The premium amounts are very high in term plans compared to the endowment plans. So do that. Don't expect any return because that is for our risk cover. We lived for whatever number of years. जब वो need हुई, let's say till 80th year, 90th year, there is no death. Term plan khatam ho gaya. That is okay because that we are paying for our risk. And in investment, you do our investment separately. So that way you will get the best of, both the worlds by not mixing both. Fourth thing, we feel that, I have a CA. And my CA will take care of everything. CAs themselves have not studied. I am a chartered accountant. Let me tell you, we didn't had a personal finance subject in our entire CA curriculum. So personal finance is something you are not taught in any curriculum. You have to do it yourself. You can't rely your CA that my CA will take care of my investments. Your CA is for tax filing, not even for tax planning, because planning happens during the year, not, after the year when you go to file the return. And lastly, Mediclaim. So I come across a lot of employees. They say that, हमारे company का cover है ना, our company has given us the Mediclaim cover. Okay, that is good. But that cover is very generalized. Company has selected a very good cover for you, very good Mediclaim for you, but that is very, very generalized, and the cover amount is also very limited, 2 lakhs, 4 lakhs, 5 lakhs. But if you're living in a metro city, you need a good cover, 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs. The medical expenses have gone very high. So I would suggest you should always buy an additional mediclaim, additional health insurance policy of your own. Specifically take care whether if your spouse is covered. If let's say I took the policy in year 2017 and the child is born in 2018-19, so cover your kid as well, cover your parents as well. So we feel that our office insurance is enough. What happens if you switch the job, that insurance is gone, right? You will say no, they will transfer. If they transfer, they will do the medical checkup again. So if the medical checkup again happens, now our lifestyle, our health deteriorates, so obviously premium is going to increase. So the young you are, take a clean premium which suits as per your needs.